Hello, I am your teacher, Mr. Pacitti, and this is my classroom here in Phoenix, Arizona. So put away your mobile phones, put away your PewDiePies, because we've just launched our first sister channel, Double Jump. It's fronted by Ben Potter and Peter Austin. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. There is a link in the pinned comment below. It's time to concentrate. It's time to study. This is SmackDown Live, and this is Graded. We kick things off with the man, Becky Lynch, who we now know will be facing Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania 5. She makes her way to the ring to a huge pop and talks about why she chose to face Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania. She calls Ronnie an arrogant dope, says that she's so proud of working her way up from nothing, from working her way up from the pre-show of last year's WrestleMania to the main event of this one. Please go on last, please go on last. Becky says that she is going to break Ronnie's arm in front of the entire world and then is quickly interrupted by Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair comes to the ring doing this fake applause. She's so happy for Becky Lynch. But the reason that Becky Lynch is in this position is because of Charlotte Flair. And then before Charlotte can continue, she gets Nia Jaxed in the face. That means punched in the face. And then they are quickly separated by officials. So I'm going to give this an A-. Becky Lynch was absolutely terrific here. Her delivery was fantastic. And the only reason for the minus is because the officials came in and separated things. And I think we've just seen a little bit too much of the officials coming in and separating things in recent months. Poor little Jamie Noble, workhorse. It's a very minor complaint, but I would have just liked to see things end a little bit differently here, although it obviously makes sense from a storyline perspective. I guess after this promo, it does still feel that we're likely to get that triple threat match at WrestleMania 35 instead of the one-on-one between Ronda and Becky, which is what I would personally like to see, although once again, it does make sense from a storyline perspective. However, I'd just rather see Charlotte face Asuka in a rematch. That's what I want to see, but no real complaints. Next up, it's time for R-Truth versus Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title. Nakamura, of course, won that title once again from Rusev on the pre-show at the Royal Rumble. R-Truth comes to the ring and he says that the only reason that he didn't win the Men's Royal Rumble is because Nia Jax attacked him and that he was rapping and then he was napping. Solid stuff. So the McMahons have given him this title shot to make up for what happened at the Royal Rumble. Nakamura looks to end things early with a Kinshasa, doesn't hit it, and then we quickly go to commercial break. When we come back from commercial break, this was weird and very, very unexpected. Nakamura looks to end things again and then gets rolled up by Truth. 1, 2, 3. Didn't look like it was meant to happen. It was really, really odd. But it will all make sense soon. Well, sort of. R-Truth is your new US champion. So as the new US champion, R-Truth is celebrating. Rusev's music hits. He comes out and says this isn't right. The reason that he took the belt from Shinsuke Nakamura to begin with is because it deserves better. And it certainly deserves better than R-Truth. Oh. Rusev demands a match for that US title right now. They argue for a bit, and then Lana gets shoved by Carmella. Poor Lana. She can't take that. She can't take any wrestling move, apparently. And the match is set up for right now. US title. R-Truth, the new champion, didn't think I'd be saying that today, versus Rusev. So before I get to the match, this was just odd. Rusev, once again looking like a heel, flip-flopping away. Is he heel? Is he babyface? And then onto the match itself. It lasted maybe 90 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. He gets rolled up. R-Truth retains the title. After the match, Shinsuke Nakamura attacks R-Truth, and then instead of maybe making the save, no, R-Truth is attacked by Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev together. There's a match kick and then a Kinshasa, laying him out and I guess cementing Rusev's heel turn. Until next week, probably, when he's babyface again. So this whole thing was just so weird. I'm going to give it a D+, which is a very rare grade for me to give to SmackDown when it's been of such high quality in recent months. I just don't know why you would turn one of your most over mid-card babyfaces heel for little to no reason, especially after what's just happened with Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev, Lana, Nakamura blaming Rusev for what happened to Lana. It literally makes no sense. I can just about forgive the hotshotting of the belt, even though it's absolutely not the way to rebuild a title which has lost almost all of its prestige. But what happened after was ludicrous. You've destroyed any of Rusev's remaining momentum, and it's just abundantly clear that WWE do not know what to do with the guy. AEW. Next up, it's time for Rey Mysterio versus Samoa Joe, except it's not. Rey makes his way to the ring, and then out comes Zelina Vega on the ramp. She starts running down Rey, and then from behind, Rey Mysterio is attacked by Andrade, who ends up hitting him, or trying to hit him, with the Three Amigos. Disgusting! Fortunately, Rey reverses and dials up the 619, but no, Andrade catches him and ends up just beating the living daylights out of Rey to close the segment. Big fan of this, I'm giving it a B+. We've already had some terrific matches from the pair, some of the best in recent memory on SmackDown, and this just adds fuel to the fire, giving them a reason to keep fighting, keep giving us these amazing show-stopping matches. Next up, it's time for a lovely co-bestie, co-best tag team champions in the world celebration, and listen to those Shane O'Mac chants. Ross is rolling in his bed. We then find out that Shane has prepared a video package for The Miz, a nice little callback to Miz's video package a few weeks ago on SmackDown, and it's revealed that Miz's father was never especially proud of The Miz. He never said, "I'm proud of you, son," until he was in the Best in the World tournament, which happened in Saudi Arabia, and now he's proud. Is Miz's dad not a very nice bloke? We then see their journey to becoming the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions on Sunday night, and then "You deserve it" chance. Shane then brings out the man who is so proud of his son, George Mizanin, who gets Mr. Miz chants. He makes a proper entrance using the Miz's theme. George says, "Mike, I love you," and then the two embrace and they start getting off with each other. That's a lie. That didn't happen, but a truly touching segment. A wonderful moment. Family, united together. I'm going to give this one an A, because I can't think of a segment in recent memory that I've enjoyed quite this much. Anyway, this then sets up a 4-way elimination tag match to decide who will face The Miz and Shane McMahon for those SmackDown tag titles next. And you know what? I want them to freebird it. Miz, Shane, and George. So I've fantasy booked this. I want to see Miz and Shane defend the titles successfully at Elimination Chamber. Then I want to see Miz and George defend the titles successfully at Fastlane. And then the almighty team of Shane and George at WrestleMania, where they successfully defend the titles again. The greatest WrestleMania moment of all time. Make it happen. Anyway, I should probably mention who is in this match. It is The Bar, the Usos, and the New Day, obviously, and the fourth team is Heavy Machinery. Ooh. A cool enough match here, a nice way to show off Heavy Machinery and their innovative offense, as well as Otis just being Otis. At one point, Otis and Big E just running into each other again and again. All good stuff. Another fun, fast-paced match which we come to expect from The Bar, the New Day, the Usos. We know those three can go, but Heavy Machinery really didn't feel out of place here, even picking up a pretty big elimination, hitting the compactor on Kofi Kingston and eliminating the New Day. The Bar eliminate Heavy Machinery, and then Jey Uso hits the splash on Sheamus to pick up the win, eliminating The Bar. I'm glad we're not going to see The Bar versus Shane and Miz again. I think that has run its course. Heavy Machinery looking good here. They're not being over-pushed. They still got on lots of offense. They got that big elimination, but without being forced down our throats. That's a great thing. I'm going to give this one a B+. And now it's time for the main event. And the main event is a promo. But what a promo. Welcome to the ring, the new Daniel Bryan, and he has something to say. Well, he has quite a lot to say. Bryan says that it wasn't just him that won at the Royal Rumble, it was you and your children and your children's children. For 3 months. He says that he has found a man who finds truth in everything he says. That man is, of course, the man who laid out AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble, allowing Daniel Bryan to win. That man is Eric Rowan. Rowan, just Rowan. Gotta get the branding right. He comes out, he's carrying a black bag. What's in the bag? Is it Damien? Is it Rey Mysterio's mask? Is it a big bag full of meat? In the fastest turn ever since the Big Show was last on TV. No! We'll get to that. So Daniel Bryan holds the existing belt up high. He says that this is made from the skin of dead animals, specifically Daisy, rest in peace. And then he Medusa's it into the trash. Wonderful stuff. Rowan opens the bag, and what's inside? We know what's inside. It's the new WWE title that Daniel Bryan promised us. It's made of hemp, it's made of wood, and it's a glorious looking thing. At first, I thought it was made from cardboard. I was about to file a copyright complaint, but no, genuinely a wonderful looking belt. Then out comes AJ Styles. He stands on the ramp. He complains about Daniel Bryan throwing the WWE title in the trash. He calls Daniel Bryan a hypocrite, and then out comes Randy Orton, and then Jeff Hardy, and then Mustafa Ali. What is going on here? Lots and lots of squabbling. Then out comes Samoa Joe, arguably the best promo in the biz, who absolutely wrecked. That's R-E-K-D. Yeah, I'm down with it. He absolutely wrecked Jeff Hardy, Mustafa Ali, and then AJ Styles, asking, how's our old girl Wendy doing? Wonderful. They all start doing a wrestle. Daniel Bryan shouting over the top of them, saying, none of you will ever get a WWE title match. And then on the Titantron appears NXT superstar Triple H, who reveals what I think we all saw coming, but it's not a problem. All 6 of these men will compete in the Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber for the WWE title. There's more scrapping. Daniel Bryan and his new big buddy Rowan run up the ramp to escape, and that is the end of the show. I'm giving this one an A. I thought everyone played their roles so perfectly here. Daniel Bryan was terrific. Samoa Joe was also terrific. And it was obvious what was being set up. As I say, this was obviously a setup for the Elimination Chamber match, but it's going to be such a great match. I'm immediately hyped. This served its purpose beautifully. Overall, this episode of SmackDown gets a B+. It was only really dragged down by the Rusev stuff, and I guess the lack of a standout match, which should have been Rey Mysterio and Andrade, but they were too busy having a storyline. On a more serious note, this Daniel Bryan vegan stuff has really hit home with me, because my mum actually became a vegan a few years ago, and she changed so much. I didn't recognize what she'd become. Like I'd never seen her before. So that's all from me. Thanks for watching, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do here at Cultaholic, you can pledge to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to hit subscribe and join us.